Hey everybody, welcome to Journey Through the Generations. My name is Philip.
Hello everyone, I'm Trisha.
And we are excited to be back with one more episode before RootsTech. We leave for RootsTech and I'm really excited about it.
I'm very excited too. And I was thinking back about the first time we went to RootsTech and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know. I had no idea. I mean, I knew it was going to be big, but it was bigger than I thought it was going to be. I knew I was going to do a lot of walking, but I did a lot more than I thought I was going to. A podcast like this would have helped out a lot.
Yeah, for sure. So today what we're going to do is share with you guys some tips and tricks, things that we've learned in our experiences and going through to RootsTech for several years now. Talk about some things that you may not have thought about. Or just give you some more information about what to expect. Good information for you to listen to and be sure to share with your other friends and that are going to RootsTech. I will tell you that this tips and tricks podcast episode is mainly for people who are attending in person.
Yes.
But if you're not attending in person, you can still listen to it because most of these are going to be true for next year when you're going to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just speaking it into existence right now.
Yes.
You'll be able to go next year.
Yes.
So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing is RootsTech. Just a reminder, some people may not know, new people who are just listening to the first time may not have ever heard of RootsTech. As a matter of fact, I was before I said that, I was on Facebook and I saw in a group, somebody asked in the Facebook group said, "Hey, who all is going to RootsTech?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, cool. I'm gonna comment and say I'm going." Well, I opened the comments and started reading, and somebody said, "What is RootsTech?" And I was like,
what is RootsTech?
If I had pearls, I would have clutched them. You know what I'm saying? Then I was like, okay, wait a minute.
Everybody doesn't
Not everybody
know. That's
knows
true.
what RootsTech is. So anyway, RootsTech is the world's largest genealogy conference. It is the most popular and most attended conference in the entire world, and it's held right here in the United States of America in Salt Lake City, Utah. This year is held March 6th through the 8th at the Salt Palace Convention Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. And we're excited to be going. We're going to be doing a lot of things there. So make sure you stay in touch with us on our Facebook, Instagram, our YouTube channel, subscribe, podcast. We're doing all of our things while we're there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on our tips and tricks. So Trisha, do you want to go ahead and start off with some things that you're thinking about?
Yeah, because like you said, it's the largest family history genealogy conference in the world, which means that it's the biggest in population of how many attendees there are and space wise. The Salt Palace is very big. It's 3 stories. It is, you can walk for days in there. So with that being said, wear some comfortable shoes, wear some comfortable clothes, because you're going to be there because the first classes start at 8 o'clock in the morning and they go until 5 o'clock in the evening. So that is a literal work day for some people. So you're going to be at the Salt Palace for most of the day, walking, going to classes, going to the expo hall. Make sure you stay comfortable.
Yeah, and you definitely want to make sure you wear layers that you can take off and put on as you navigate through the convention center, because in some places it's really warm in some of the smaller rooms. And if the room is full of people and you're sitting very close to another person, it can kind of become stuffy. Mm-hmm. And then also when you're at the conventions or in the expo hall, it is always cold in that building. Yeah. And last year I figured out why. Basically, in the back of the building, they have big doors that lead to the outside, and those doors are open a lot.
Yeah.
And it's in Utah, and so it's cold, and that air comes into the convention center. And then I complained in years past about the water being cold in the sink, and it was better last year. So, but yeah, dress in layers. and so that you can be comfortable as you're walking through the convention center. And one thing you should know too is that they have a coat check there too. So
that's a good.
if you wear a coat and it happens to be, I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like. We're still quite a few days out, but yeah, if it's cold and snowy, which we got some snow last year,
we did.
You can check your coat at the coat check place,
and that way you don't have to carry it around. That's always a good thing.
Yep. One of the things we learned about this year is their public transportation system called the Tracks. It is free for RootsTech visitors or attendees to use. As I understand it, you just need to show your RootsTech badge. So make sure you keep up with it and you have it and you can show it. But that doesn't start until the day the conference begins.
On Thursday.
The 6th. The 6th, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're coming in early like we are, you won't be able to. But the Tracks is really inexpensive. It's $2.50 per person. Per ride, and it goes from one of the lines goes from the airport to nearby to the Salt Palace Convention Center. So look into that as an option for transportation. We know we don't never rent cars because we're always there, and we take an Uber. In the past, taking an Uber and a Lyft to and from the airport. This year, we're going to give Tracks a try and see what that's all about. So. And they do have other lines that go around the city. So if you have time and you want to go see the rest of Salt Lake City, you can ride the other lines there. So what else you got, Trisha?
With that, you're going to be busy. You're going to be going from the expo hall to classes to keynote speakers. Take a break.
Yeah,
it's okay to sit down and just rest. I know I try to pack my schedule full, but I have learned that I need to make sure that I have time to actually just rest, and I don't have to have back-to-back classes and sessions just because they're offered, because a lot of them are recorded, so I'll be able to watch them when I get home. So just make sure you take time to rest and take breaks, sit down, and don't overdo it.
Yeah, and there are plenty of places for you to rest your feet and take a break. There are places seating outside in the vestibule area. There's places to sit. Inside the expo hall, there are, I can't even tell you how many tables. There's a lot. It looks like hundreds of tables where you can sit down, and there's plenty of room. It's never full.
No.
So...
there's also expo hall is also where you can buy lunch with vendors and stuff like that also.
That's right. And so you definitely have space. So don't think you won't find anywhere to sit down. You will. You won't have a problem. And I've seen people sit down at one of those tables and put their head down and take a nap. So you do what you got to do. There's no judgment from me. I'll tell you that much. So I wish I could get a chance to do that sometimes. But
yeah, definitely could if I tried.
Well, I think you probably could. You go to sleep anyway.
Okay, so. Thank you for that. With that, you can take breaks. You can also find time to know that you're going to meet people. And the first question at a genealogy conference is, tell me about what you're researching or where your family from. And take that opportunity to talk to people, network, talk about your family, your ancestors, get to know people that are like-minded. Because I know for me, there's not that many people around that I get to talk about my research to a lot. And when I'm at RootsTech, there's always somebody that's wanting to listen, to give me advice, tell me something, a collection that's new that I may not have heard about. So as an introvert, I'm telling you, it's okay. You will not be an introvert at a family history conference because family historians don't let you.
And then I would also tell you too, and I mentioned this in our past episode. If you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it. It talks about some of the things that you'll experience at RootsTech. I talked about for people who have mobility issues, there's a free shuttle that runs between the convention center and the Family Search Library. But if you need a mobility device to use throughout the day, I would encourage you to rent something, and I would encourage you to do it. If you haven't done it yet, I would encourage you to do it now, because they do sell out. The Salt Palace Convention Center, you can call their business office. They usually rent some out too, but they don't have a lot, and they sell out. I thought I was gonna need one a few years ago, and I ended up not needing it. But yeah, you have to do it way in advance, and then you can obviously, if you have one, you can bring your own if you need it. And then also there's some local companies that you might be able to rent from. So, plan ahead. There's a lot of people going to be in town. And so I'm not saying this to be rude when I say this.
However.
But no, I'm not. I'm really not. The genealogy community tends to be a little older. And so with age comes the lack of ability to move around for a long time
or as quickly
as you used to. I am not in that age group yet, and I feel like sometimes I already need one of those things. So I'm certainly not judging or demeaning or whatever people. I want people to be safe and be able to experience the whole conference. And if riding in a mobility scooter is what you need, boy, girl, you better go on and do that.
Don't let
I would
that
not hesitate to do it.
don't let that keep you from going. Because the Salt Palace is very accessible for scooters, walkers, canes, all of that. Don't let that be why you don't go.
I know that's right, because I already know I'm going to need one when I get older.
You just decided.
I know I am. I mean, I'm not going to start talking about my body breaking down, but it doesn't matter. If I did, I'm going to have a mobility scooter, and I'm already told Trisha, I'm going to have one, and it's going to be revved up, amped up, and fast, and so I'll be speeding around the South Palace.
Running over people.
Yes, I will. So, yeah, definitely rent one and do it now, so you can make sure that you have one. Also, I would say that they do sell merchandise at the conference in the expo hall, and they usually have a stand outside the expo hall too. I would encourage you
for the RootsTech
merch. Yes, I would encourage you, if you want something, you're going to want to do that day one, minute one that you're in the convention center, but don't get in line ahead of me.
Oh, wow.
Because I miss out on the good stuff all the time. And I'm in a size person that is popular. Size. And so those sizes are always gone first. I can't wear a small, and I can't wear a 3X. So, you know what I'm saying? Those sizes of the good stuff be gone. And so get there early, but not before me.
Okay. Thank you for that. And as a reminder, this is still cold and flu season. So make sure that you have your hand sanitizer, you're washing your hands, you're covering your mouth when you cough and sneeze and things like that.
Amen.
We want you to stay safe. We want to be safe. We want everyone else to be safe and healthy.
Preach it, sister.
And there's no shame. And if you feel like you need to wear a mask, bring your mask. Don't let that keep you from going.
For sure.
But at the same time, we want everybody to be safe. We want everybody to be healthy. So just wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, and wipe up after yourself at the expo hall while you're eating lunch.
Yep, absolutely. Expo hall. Let's talk expo hall. We've mentioned it a couple of times. In the expo hall will be a ton of sponsors and exhibitors. A lot of the exhibitors are small businesses. They're companies that sell genealogy products or services. Mm-hmm. I would encourage you, I would just really urge you to visit those booths, and don't just talk to them and, look at their products and, keep moving. You should purchase from them too. Now, I'm not saying go purchase from every single one, because something may not apply to you, and that's okay. But if we want companies to continue to do this and come to RootsTech and set up tables, it has to be worth their while to do it, because it's very expensive to do. And so if they're not making money or getting, subscribers or whatever it is that they are serving to us as customers, then they're not going to come back. And that's the same for the large sponsors too, the Ancestry and the my family tree DNA or whatever. It doesn't matter. My Heritage, whatever it is, if it's not financially feasible for them to keep doing this, they won't do it, or they will reduce their participation in it. So if we want this to continue to happen, you want these companies to continue to come and participate in RootsTech, we have to support them financially.
Yeah,
so
we do.
You definitely want to go and do that. And if you can't buy anything, go like their Facebook, their Instagram, their
sign up for a newsletter.
Channel, sign up for the newsletter, purchase something in the future from them. You just want to do that. I feel like I got on a soapbox right there, and it's probably because we own a small business.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
So, or several small businesses.
But
so you definitely want to do that.
Following them on social media is a really big deal. So even if you can't buy anything, I would encourage you to please follow their social media. Subscribe if they have a YouTube page or whatever their social media is. Just follow them on that, and that will help them a lot as well.
Yep. And then don't know how much you have left, Trisha, but the last one I had is the Family Search Library. We talk about this all the time. It is available for you to go and research. So get your research plans together and go and research. And even if you're not going to research, just go and take a tour, see what services they have, consultations, things they have online, and all these different things. They have tons of volunteers there to help you navigate Family Search Library, learn about it, and they're really nice and helpful. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. And like I mentioned before, they do have shuttles. They're like golf carts that will take you back and forth to the convention center, to the Family Search Library. The hours are from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Did I say? Before. And so I think Monday through Saturday, their hours are 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's an additional 2 hours for people to go research. And we will close that thing down most days while we're there.
As family, we're attending a family history genealogy conference. So, of course, you want to go to the Family Search Library that happens to be the largest genealogy family history library collection in America. So even if you don't have your research plans together, go over there and let them know what you're working on. They can help you start your research plan. If you already have your research plan, then go and get some research done. They have a memory lab. You can digitize records, photos, VHS, anything you have from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. They have the equipment over there to help you digitize it. The Family Search Library is wonderful. So if you're in Salt Lake City, you have to visit it. So make time on your schedule. Go after the conference has ended. Whatever your schedule allows, make sure you go over there.
Yeah, you definitely want to. And even if you don't need to do anything, but you might have questions about the website, you can go over there and they can help you navigate whatever questions that you have about the website.
Yeah, just go to the third floor and look at all the microfilm that they have, and you'll want to do some research.
Yeah, for sure.
The only thing I have left is drink water.
Yeah, for sure.
Make sure
drink lots of water.
Yeah, make sure you stay hydrated.
Take a water bottle with you.
And the schedule is out on the website right now. So you can go to rootstech.org and make a tentative schedule and look at some of the classes that are available. And
go ahead. I'm sorry. I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So you can make a tentative schedule and see some of the classes. You can look up speakers that are going to be there. So maybe one of your favorite podcasters or author is going to be there. Make sure you search for them and make sure you don't miss their class if they're there. And you can also do that on the app as well.
That's what I just thought about was the app. We hadn't mentioned that. So download the RootsTech app. You can use it. You'll get notified if on your app. Make sure you allow notifications, of course. But you'll get a notification on your phone through the app if a class cancels or if a class is moved to a different room. We've seen that happen several times in the past, whether it was canceled or moved to a room because maybe a projector wasn't working or computer, whatever the case was, they moved.
And it won't necessarily be like to the next room. It could be on a different floor or something.
It sure
you would
could.
Have to.
It could be long.
Yeah, a long walk. So you want to make sure you get there in time.
Yep. And all of that stuff Trisha mentioned is on the app too. Like the schedule, you can make your schedule there. You can
do the expo hall.
You can do the expo hall.
See all the vendors.
You can see the notes from the classes.
That's a good.
All that stuff is there, and so.
So if you have two classes that you want to go to, then obviously you have to pick one. The one that you don't actually get to attend, you can still download the notes.
Yeah, right. So definitely take advantage of using the app, so you don't have to try to keep up with it on paper. Or having to open your computer every time you want to see something, you have it on the app. So, all right, guys, I think that's about it. We hope these tips it helped you kind of get ready to go to RootsTech. If there's anything that we missed that you can think of, put it on our Facebook, Instagram, and let other people know what to expect and what we missed. We'll be there in person March 6th through the 8th. So if you see us or hear us around talking or you hear my laugh somewhere, you can stop and say hello. We look forward to
We would love to meet you.
And if you want to be on the podcast, I'll interview you too. So we can do that too. So, all right, guys, thank you for listening. All of our social media and email and all that information is in the description box of this episode. Please go like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media channels. We're going to be sharing so much information during the RootsTech conference, and we don't want you to miss it. We would appreciate it. All right. You guys take care, and we'll see you at RootsTech.
Be safe, you guys.
All right. Y'all take care. Peace. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. RootsTech.